Excellent. You guys, do we have um, a video set up?
We don't have a video for
Oh.
Fair Housing Month. We're going to talk about the car form.
Okay, excellent. We're going to do that right off the bat here.
Yeah, we'll talk about the car form. So we've highlighted some things in here that are important. I can't see them. Yeah, protected classes. I see them now. Yeah, protected classes. So as you know, this Fair Housing and Discrimination Advisory is a standalone document, but it also is packaged with a lot of other documents that you send out to your clients. So every client should have read this and be aware of it and understand what it means, as well as we as agents should. So we just wanted to go over what the protected classes are, so that everybody can, I mean, I'm sure we all know, but we can discuss race, sex, marital status, and citizenship. Criminal history is also one, sexual orientation, familial status, primary language, ancestry, gender. I'm going really wonky on this thing. Gender identity and gender expression. I'll go down to marital status, source of income, disability, medical condition, immigration status, military veteran status, age, or any other arbitrary characteristics. So we just need to be mindful of all of those things. Joey looks like his head's about to explode.
So that's me trying to read the screen.
Yeah, we just need to be aware of all those when we're talking to our clients and when we're talking about neighborhoods and properties and buyers and sellers and all of that. This should not come into, none of these classes or characteristics should come up in conversation. If we go to number 8 on that form, examples of conduct that may not be motivated by discriminatory intent, but could have a discriminatory effect.
Yeah.
And buyer letters are always those things where, you have to be really careful. We all know they used to be called love letters, where buyers would gush over, the property, but also include a picture of themselves or, whoever else could possibly be living with them in the property, their children, their pets, and all of that. Those, as it says here, those types of documents may inadvertently reveal or be perceived as revealing protected status information, thereby increasing the risk of actual or unconscious bias and potential legal claims against sellers and others by prospective buyers whose offers were rejected. So that's a big one. It came up for us, Bates Hannington team, once when we had a bajillion offers on a property that was really highly sought after, and the buyer's agents really started getting testy and wanting to, find a reason why their offer wasn't accepted or considered, and made mentions of some things that really brought this to the forefront for us. And after that date, we have discouraged our buyers from submitting letters and our sellers from reviewing letters. I will say, we qualify that we'll send a letter that doesn't have any protected class information in it. So there is a way to send a buyer letter that doesn't violate any of this, where you're just talking about the property, but you have to be really careful. Is there anything I missed with that one, Joey?
You did not.
Okay.
It's more of an exposure for a seller, those letters, than it is for a buyer.
Right.
You're doing the seller a solid by being conscious in writing it, but your seller can choose not to accept them.
Right.
And you want to state that even if somebody sends it through, the seller has no obligation to read them. But if it is sent through, then the perception is that it was read. So if you're having that you should be having that conversation with your sellers up front, and stated in some kind of documentation, so that if your intention is to not receive that information, that it never gets sent. Right?
Yeah, we actually put it in an MLS listing that we recently had.
In the agent
And
remarks.
then in the remarks, yes, in the agent remarks, and then whenever we talk to the buyer's agents, we let them know.
Right.
As well.
And so this is a legal position, right? So
Right.
it's not, please don't send buyer's letters. It's a simple statement. The seller will not review buyer's letters.
Right.
Boom. Keep
Period.
it nice and flat and absolute, because any nuance could be used against you if that's the position you're taking.
Right.
Take it right. Thank
And
you.
then just really quick, we'll go over a few of the points in number 9, examples of unlawful or improper conduct. So I just pulled out, or we just pulled out a few, like B is refusing or failing to show, rent, or sell or finance housing, which is called channeling or steering a prospective buyer or tenant to or away from a area or neighborhood because of their protected status. So we really need to be careful about how we're talking about that and the properties that we show, and not, having some bias and moving someone towards a particular area because of our own preconceived notions or
You might
inputs
feel
or
more
explicit
comfortable in
bias.
this neighborhood.
Exactly. And then D, making any statement or all of these are important, but we pulled out just a couple. Making any statement or advertisement that indicates any preference, limitation, or discrimination.
Walking distance to Larchmont Village.
Right. I like this, Joey. This is good. E, inquiring about protected characteristics, such as asking tenant applicants if they are married, or prospective purchasers if they have children or are planning to start a family. It's really easy to violate these things because they kind of are conversational things that we bring up when we're trying to build a rapport with a client. But we have to be careful about that stuff.
Oh, you just got married. Are you planning to have children soon?
Right.
Perfectly innocent enough.
And then I'll skip down to J, using different qualification criteria or procedures for sale or rental of housing, such as income standards, application requirements, application fees, credit analyses, sale or rental approval procedures, or other requirements. So this really comes into play for us when we're talking about, I think more so when we're talking about lease listings.
You can't adjust the bar for different people based on any of the protected classes.
Right. And then finally, for the purpose of this conversation, N is refusing to make reasonable accommodation in policies, rules, practices, or services for a person with a disability, such as the following: if an actual or prospective tenant with the disability has a service animal or support animal, failing to allow that person to keep the service animal or emotional support animal in the rental property, charging that person higher rent or increased security deposit, or failing to show rental or sell property to that person who is accompanied by the service animal or support animal.
You can't ask them for documentation, certification that that's a support animal. You can't ask them why they need a support animal.
Right.
And you can't refuse them based on their need for a support animal. If you have an HOA that does not allow it, that does not give you the right to refuse them. Oh, it's not me, it's the HOA. You have to not make a choice based on that disability, and let the HOA deal with the the legal aspects of that, which they will come out on the short side.
All right. So, I mean, I guess I would say if there are any other questions or concerns about whether or not something that you're doing or considering doing or have experienced violates fair housing, a good person to ask is Peter Haven. And I'm sure Rich Paisani could also weigh in, but we always run everything through Peter Haven just to make sure that we're on the safe side. So this was brought to you by the Social Equity Committee. We have one more week of fair housing month to go. So next week we'll have something else for you to share with you.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you.
One thing I wanted to add, Tracy and Lauren and I, we had a dialogue on this in email. We are required to follow this, but it's amazing how many of our tools sometimes bend that. Such as when I send listings out to my clients, it has on their one home portal the walkability to different areas and other things that would be considered ADA discriminatory. So keep that in mind.
Could I share what's interesting?
Yes.
It's interesting how we have signs posted. I'm gonna just speak on LA in general about different communities. I think that is so interesting to me. Like,
What do you
this
mean?
is so-and-so's, like this is so-and-so's town, or this community is so-and-so's community. You understand what I mean?
Give me an example. Give me an example.
Like Koreatown or
Exactly,
Chinatown or
exactly.
yeah.
I think that is very interesting with everything that's still going on.
It is very interesting, and I have yet to see Blacktown. I'll just say that.
Lorna, I
Give you something to work on.
trying to keep a straight face. No, there is no Blacktown.
I
That
had to
is,
jump in. I had to jump in.
yeah. All right. Moving on.
Please and thank you. Okay.
Oh, I just want to.
Question.
Oh, go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, Clint has a good question there about the 55 plus community. Does anyone know the rules on that you can share? Maybe in
Regarding age discrimination, maybe.
They're not all the same. Some 55 plus communities will allow someone younger in residence. You know, as long as the majority of the people there are 55 plus. So like if two grandparents are there with a grandchild, some of them don't. And I don't know how that exception is made.
Yep. You'd have to check with, I mean, it could be elder housing, difference. Do they have medical on the site? Do they have support systems for people of a certain age? It's, you know, it's to be, it's like any other medical facility at that point, maybe. I don't know.
I just want to say, if anybody's feeling like unsure of how to, or like you're worried about how you can work with your language or, you know, anything like that, you're worried about dealing with any of this, highly recommended that you guys attend the Color of Real Estate this Thursday. It'll be very beneficial to you. There's more info about that coming up, but this is so closely related. I just wanted to bring it up.
We have a slide on here for the Color of Real Estate, right? Hopefully. Yes, good. All right, great.
Yes, we do.
Thanks, Brian. All right, let's move forward. All right, tell me something good. All right, I'm gonna let you guys get away with it this week because we spent a lot, you know, some time with Tracy and that great information on the fair housing this morning. So that was something good. Thank you, Social Equity Committee.
I got something good.
Oh,
Joey.
geez, there he goes. Okay, Will, go ahead, jump in there.
So my good thing, I don't know if you guys know, KW has a young professional division, and they are back. They have relaunched, and yeah. If you're a young professional.
So Will, why don't you you are our representative in the office for KWYP. I would love it if you were able to give us an update every month to get more people involved and to take advantage of the opportunity.
Sure, definitely.
All right. You heard him, Paula. Once a month, we want a KWYP update with things that are going on, and because there's lots of people that should be taking advantage of the KWYP networking opportunity.
Is that just for old people?
No, it's for people under 40, Carlos.
Well, and it's not really strict with the under 40 because
Wanna
I'm
see that.
42. So I kind of snuck in there still. So if you young in heart, young in real estate, you
Come
know,
off as
or
young.
under 40.
Didn't we just talk about Fair
You are
Housing Act and
welcome.
age discrimination?
My
It's just a
lawyer-in-law.
club,
Yeah.
Rob. You can join if you
I'm
want.
feeling the discrimination here. I mean, we need a
All
KW
right, don't be
or a
dramatic.
KWOP.
Yeah.
My
With the
attorney,
55%.
Hennington, gonna reach out to you guys.
I will be speaking
I agree. We need an
Bill's
old
your guy.
people equivalent.
Well,
with.
55
start a
plus
club.
community, someone can just, apply, and will they take them or not? Whoever is in charge.
No one will reject you, Clint.
Yeah.
You will.
You young at heart,
But-
Clint. You qualify.
Clint, you and I can go to the young one together.
Yeah.
Right. To Hayden's point, people
Okay.
over 55 get a lot of benefits already.
Oh.
And 55 is not the threshold, Hayden. by
Well, I
the
mean, if
way.
I'm representing a
But-
buyer for the
but,
55 community.
There you go. All right, let's, enough with you guys. Let's move forward. What do we got next? All right, I just got my T-shirt in the mail. Wore it one day this week. It's a lovely soft T-shirt, and all the proceeds go to helping the refugees of the Ukrainian war. Right? What am I missing? All right. What next we have happenings this week? Coach Rob, what you got?
Well, I've been talking about accountability, and it involves obviously somebody else. So I am going to talk a little bit about just our personal marketing. And a lot of times when you're doing your own marketing, it's always good to run it by somebody else or do some test runs. 2 cases in point this past week. I forwarded an email to Brian, and we both got a chuckle out of it because I got the email saying, "Dear agent dot first name dot last name dot salutation, how are you doing today?" So that's the kind of thing that if you're going to send out a marketing email, you probably want to proof it to yourself first. And then there was a gentleman that inquired on a property I have listed, and he came up with a brilliant idea of making his website 69agent.com. And come to find out, I found out more information about this gentleman because some of the people locally know him. He's actually 6'9" and thought it would be brilliant marketing that he would put in his height as part of his website so people would recognize him. Obviously, the implications go otherwise. That's when it's good to use somebody else and bounce off of them to see if your great idea is as great as you think it is.
Yep, always.
That's hilarious.
So those are the coaching tips of today. Rely on your
Thanks,
peers,
Rob.
rely on others outside of our community. Get other people's opinions.
I love it. Perfect. Thanks, Rob. And I'm sure there's the coaching contest for the week.
Yes, and the coaching contest for the week this week is how many are you calling this week? How many people are you calling this week? And the person to report the most by on Friday is when you send that to me. You get your $25 Starbucks card.
All right.
And next,
Okay.
and open houses. If you have any open houses, if you need help with your open houses, please feel free to leverage that out to people in our office. I have the agents ready, willing, and able to go. I've had a lot of people inquire just for help and other things, and they've told me that they've gotten some great help, whether it's been on their open houses or some other things in real estate. So please feel free to reach out, and I'll be more than happy to connect you.
Thank you, Rob.
Sure.
All right, upcoming classes this week. That's what we got. Ah, yes, that's not words that work every day, 8:30 to 9, half hour of script practice, purposeful script practice with Renee. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 to 9 a.m. Start your day off right. Build that muscle. And Christy, Power Hour, 9 to 11. Every day. I might 9 to 12, 9 to 10, I'm sorry, but you'll go to 11. Scott Leroy, Facebook and social media marketing, that's tomorrow. Listing and landing pages on Friday. Skip over to Monday. Print marketing, command overview always on Tuesday. And database 101. Let's go. 10 to 11. Spark series. 10 to 11:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think we're just ending up with that. That's going to, in the next iteration, we're going to be going 5 days a week with Spark into Elements, into the add-ons. So, but still 10 to 11:30. Here we go. Elements. Yeah, this should be wrapping up. Is it Tuesday and Thursdays? We're going to run them linear from this point on. Mission, vision, values. Chrissy's teaching a class on Tuesday from 10 to 11:30, and this class will walk you through a creative way to identify what you want your life and business to be about, right? Getting to the core of why and what your value is and what your vision is the roadmap to your business. You have to stay connected to your drivers. Just like when you're in a deal with a buyer or a seller, you have to keep them connected to their motivation. You in your business need to understand what your values are and what your vision for your business and your mission for your business is, so that you can drive that message every day to yourself and to the people you want to be in business with. So great class for everyone, April 26th, 10 to 11:30. 26 is next Tuesday or next Wednesday? Which one is that? Tuesday, great. Thank you. Also, GPS workshop, goal, priorities, strategies, right? These are the tenets of our business. It's a one-page business plan that you look at every day. Your 411 comes from this. And so this is GPS. This is on the 29th. This is Thursday from 10 to 11:30. A great class for everyone. Paula, do they need to register for this, for these two classes, the GPS?
Yes, just make sure that you are registered under Christy's website, because she sends a lot of updates and the links and all of that, but there's also the registration link is also on the Eventbrite. So if you're interested in joining the class, just head over the Eventbrite and then you'll be able to register and join.
Perfect. Thank you, Paula. This is a great class for everyone. Great time of the year to be doing it. Make sure you know what direction your business is going in. First, it's what your purpose is, and now this is the execution. These are the activities, right? GPS. There are two great classes. Also, here we go. The Color of Real Estate. Julia Lachey is our Keller Williams International Director of Diversity and Inclusion. diversity, equity, and inclusion. She's going to be teaching this class just for our region, and that is on April 21st. From 11 to 12:30 via Zoom. I encourage all of you to register for it. I believe Brian just put the Zoom registration in there. Please get on there early because I think it's going to sell out. Not sell out, but there's only so many people that they can have on the Zoom. And I think that our region is pretty big, and she is a very, very compelling speaker. Will be great for your business. All right, Build a Powerful Pipeline Mastermind. Christina Griffin, KW Maps Coach, on Wednesday, April 27th at 12 p.m. Going to be teaching how to build a powerful pipeline. This is about follow-up, guys. It's about being intentional in using your database so that you know what is coming down the line. Christine is also a great teacher. That's a good one. April 28th at 11:30. That is Andy Christenot, Lunch and Learn, Movement Mortgage. Movement Mortgage. Andy is always, that's an in-class, an in-office event that we will be hosting. And guys, we're going to be moving to more in-office events. We'll continue to do the Zoom in, but Zoom's going to have to take a back seat to the live experience. Speaking of which, Thursday, April 28th, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We put together I'll get it out in a second. We put together this panel. Getting your offers accepted in this market have been very, very difficult. And these are 4 people who are excellent at getting their offers accepted. They're going to tell you best practices. 2 of them, Lorna and Tracy, are going to present from the seller's perspective, seller's agent's perspective, and Tiffany and Rachel are going to present from the buyer's agent perspective. Best practices on both. How to get more offers accepted. Wait till you see some of the bells and whistles that these agents use to bulletproof their offers and the criteria that they use in accepting these offers. 1 to 2 p.m. on April 28th. It's next week, right? Yep. Core Services, Andy can't be with us today, unfortunately. She's in a regional meeting. So, and I don't know about Raha, the lovely Raha. Thank you, Raha.
How are you?
Good,
Good. So today I kind of like to think about what happens during the week and trying to bring it up here and talk to you guys about it. So this week we had an agent send out an agent visual inspection disclosure. We're nearing the close of escrow, and in there they had written down that the seller should remove the washer dryer prior to close of escrow. So this is not a place for such a request, first of all, to be noted on there, because all it has to do with is just your visual walkthrough and anything that you note and see there. Such requests can easily be missed, and because seller and agents usually sign these off without really reviewing them, which is not good. You should always carefully review everything that you receive, because they could sneak something in there that shouldn't be in there. Unfortunately, not all agents are
I don't know how enforceable legally that would be, since it's a disclosure, it's the
Mhm.
transfer of information, not the renegotiating of terms of the
Right.
contract.
It shouldn't be on there, but you know,
No.
you shouldn't have them sign anything like that. But just make sure you review everything that you receive and know what goes where, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of, well, it's totally slimy, but it's not, first of all, the contract is between the buyer and the seller.
Correct.
The agent creating terms of the agreement in his documentation is questionable to begin with, but yeah. Thank you, Raha.
Of course.
And again, it's our call for everyone to read the forms. If you at a minimum, if you look at any of the forms that you are using and they were created at the end of last year, that means there's a change in there. Okay, all these new documents came through in mid-December, early to mid-December last year. If there's anything from the end of last year that the documents were with the last time they were updated, read them, because there's a change in there. Okay.
Yes.
And that change might affect the process that you're trying to achieve, for sure. Thanks, Raha.
Of course.
Raha has your checks and balances. It's not her job to make sure you're using the right form in the right way, checking the right box, right? She administrates the contract that you create. But luckily for us, she goes a bit deeper. But that's checks and balances only, not her responsibility. Thank you.
Thank
Then
Joey. Hey guys, let me see here. So, again, just wanted to put my services out there for you guys. Been in the business 19, 20 years now. So any question you guys might have regarding title in terms of, especially getting a listing and or even putting in an offer, it would be nice to kind of know, who you're dealing with on the other side, make sure, the signatures are correct. Again, we do have phone numbers and emails available for purchase. That's information that's available to you. They're 5 cents a record, super cheap. And then finally, I wanted to bring up a product that is not very, very known in, that's not advertised. I guess what I'm saying is the binder title policy. This is typically when you're dealing with an investor that's trying to either flip a property or resell within 2 years. They would typically pay a 10% premium on top of the owner's policy. And then from there, they would pay the difference from what they end up selling the property for minus what they purchased it for. So it can save in some instances, over $1,000 easily in that case. So good to know if you guys deal with investors, and looks like that's definitely part of the buyer pool right now as well. So that's
a 2 year. That's a 2 year.
2 years.
Time frame.
2 year time frame. Correct. Yeah. I mean, of course, it works for
2 years.
Correct. Within the 2 years, you sell it, then you get a break on the title policy on the owner's side. Now, of course, this works for a conventional person as well, but again, most people don't do that because of the 2 years for the capital gains. But those things do happen, so just letting you guys know.
Excellent. Thanks, Ben.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Birthdays, Denise Sabri. Happy birthday. That's and Luke. Both of these guys have birthdays tomorrow. And then Jean Salva, also Jeremy Lowe, Linda Shin, Hope Wilson, Anna Katrina Waltz on the 27th, and Chuck, both of the two Barentine Group members are celebrating their birthday on the same day, and also Kay Lee on the same day. Happy birthday, you guys. Close escrows, good week in real estate here, especially for Byron Field, who closed 4 deals this week. Steve Senegram and Chase Davenport, Jen Roa with another one, Flint Ridge, Antron on Olympic, Heidi Davis, Bates Hennington, Josephine McReynolds, congratulations. Carlos and Yvette on Larchmont, congratulations on that sale. It was startlingly sold at a high price. Lena Deneroff, Dae-Young Her, and Eric Schulman, congratulations. Eric, I believe, has been working on this deal for almost a year. It looks just, looks benign enough, but it was a hotel that he sold on 1500 North Cherry Court. Congratulations, Eric. More closed escrows. Gina Schoen on Marcella. Christina Kim had 2. Ticonderoga, I like saying that, and 9th Street. Monique Caulfield sold both of her properties on Linden. Linda Roth Burrell on Fairway. Pete on Ridgely. Will Hayworth, congratulations, Will, on Eucalyptus. And Shia Lowenstein on Balboa Boulevard. That's a great week in real estate. New escrows. Bates Hennington, Vintron, Pete Bonacore, Charlotte Blake, Sabine, Christina Kim, and the Gil Bramblett Group, also Day Park, Heidi Davis, Steve Basilis, Paul Hugh, and Ian Cherney. All have new escrows. Excellent, 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 guys. Closed leases. The Woodwards, Gina Schoen, Ian Cherney, Kristen Lindgren, and Esther Kim closed 2 on Torrance and Coolidge. I don't know where I'm going with that. New listings. What do we got? Single family. Tiffany Chin on Westmont Drive has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,114 square feet for just under $900,000 in West Hollywood. I don't know if Tiffany's on there, but if you guys have your listings and you want to say something about it, just jump in. Next is John Barentine and Chuck Marcord. The Barentine Group have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,964 square feet for just under 1.61599 on Point View, South Point View.
I can speak to that one. I showed it to a investor buyer yesterday. The home is pretty much untouched. It has copper plumbing and new sewer, but everything else inside is it needs to be stripped down to the studs. To quote John, it even has the original electrical. Lovely old couple that had lived there for years, but it's one of those homes that it pretty much needs everything replaced. Windows are original and so forth. I do know when I spoke to Chuck yesterday, they had 5 offers in hand and 4 of them were over asking.
Of course, yeah. It's actually a great area. So
it is.
The upside for a owner user, I think, is really where it is. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob.
Sure.
Heidi Davis has a new listing on Stanwood Drive. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,624 square feet. And that's just a smidge under 1.71699. John and Chuck also have Hercules, 2026 Hercules. That's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,685 square feet for 3.299. Beautiful. Beautiful shot there. Jen Hohenstein on West Knoll Drive has a condo. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,044 square feet for $685,000. Adam Pergamin on Highland Terrace has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,348 square feet for 1.5. Carlos wanted me to talk about this. All right, let's see. He sent me a little descriptor on that. Carlos, so tap that up. It's a well-maintained single-family residence on a spacious 7,490 square foot lot with 2-car garage, 2 parking spots in front of the driveway, and additional parking in the rear. A second alley entrance in the back, great for end users or developers who want to take advantage of the expansion possibilities with the 7,500 square foot lot and the LAR2 zoning designation, and to add a second unit and perhaps a junior ADU opportunity. Lots of potential for expansion.
Thank you, Joey. I actually came
Oh,
back.
sorry,
with-
Carlos.
No, it's okay. I was at my son's doctor.
All right, did I do okay?
Oh, amazing.
Okay, great. Next we have leases. Paul Yu and his son Alan have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot property for $2,700 on Berendo. Chuck and John have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,863 square feet for $4,500 on Orange Grove. And tell us about your pocket listings coming soon. Who would like to share? Anybody have any coming soons or?
I can share.
Come on. Who is that? Esther.
Yeah. Hi. So I have a lease coming up in Culver City, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 3438 Sherborne. And it's on a cul-de-sac. It's got a detached garage, upgraded kitchen. It's going through painting right now. They're taking off like popcorn ceilings. So very large rooms. And I believe it's going to be listed at, the owner is considering about 6,100.
6,100.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it may go up or down.
Sounds like a bargain. Well, you know, what's happening, Esther, is leases are starting to get a little more attention as those first-time buyers who have been looking for properties are getting kind of maybe discouraged or priced out due to the increase in interest rates. So now they're looking at high-end leases. So don't be surprised.
Yeah, well, this is definitely one of them. This is very nice home.
Excellent.
Thank
Sounds
you.
beautiful. All right, anybody else pocket listings coming soon they'd like to share? If not, we will go forward. Forward is before we leave, sure. Wants and needs. And fill the bucket. Let's not forget fill the bucket. I'll fill the bucket. I wanted to thank Carly and Paula for holding down the fort while Brian and I were in Austin at our leadership mega camp, which was amazing. And so thank you guys for doing such a great job. It was it was uneventful, which means that you had it all handled, right? Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You guys are the best. All right, any other wants or needs that anybody would like to share or fill the bucket, of course?
Me again.
Brian did play nice with everyone. He was socially exhausted by the end of it, but I think he actually we had some fun. He was a great travel companion.
So Joey, I have another ask, a need. So I have a client, a buyer who is looking for something in like Hancock Park, Larchmont area. She already lives in the Miracle Mile Grove area, but she's looking for a 10,000 plus square foot lot. You know, big yard. She's got, 3 kids, so she's looking for a big yard. So if you have anything in at least 6 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms with an ADU, but if you can, if anybody has anything coming up, I'd love to chat.
What is the pricing?
Her price point is 5 to 6 mil.
5 to 6 mil, yeah. That's good, that's a good price point. It's hard to say. I mean, you stay on it just like that. Keep asking. I would say call the agents who have those types of listings in Hancock Park. I can give you some names, and be proactive about getting information on what's coming on the market as well as what's on the market. I think that price point, believe it or not, is competitive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Anyone else needs fill the bucket? No, you guys are quite lovely today. Brian, any parting words of wisdom? I like to put him on the spot there. Let's see, was he listening? Maybe not. It looks like he's listening, but all right, guys. Oh, yeah. Paolo ratted me out. I love it.
He was attending Angelia, so
Oh,
he wasn't ignoring you.
He was
Yeah.
tending to Angelia.
To Angelia.
Mm-hmm. I know that she could be distracting. What did Brian? Any parting words for us?
Everybody be good.
Okay. You guys, you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Joey.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Joey.